Hello everyone, we are back here with Ramba in Chile at Park Safari, Concagua, Chile. We are working on helping Ramba feel acclimated to the transport container. We've been here for a couple of days now. This is day 2. So some of you, welcome back, and for those of you that are new to this, basically what we're working on is helping Ramba get acclimated to the container for her trip to Elephant Sanctuary, Brazil. Ramba's been waiting for a long time for this journey. She was the last circus elephant in Chile, and in 2012 she was removed from the circus, and she's basically been waiting ever since at a small zoo here in Chile. She's a little bit nervous, I shouldn't say nervous, she's a little timid about the container, and I don't know really why. Yesterday we kind of joked around that the floor was like two kids playing, don't step on the concrete, it's lava. She wouldn't let her foot touch it. And then last night, after everyone left and at the end of the day, she just went right on in. So this morning she's back to not really wanting to go in the container. She's doing okay otherwise. It was a nice sunny day today. It was quite warm, so she absorbed a lot of sun, had some naps in the sun, and now we're just continuing to entice her in with foods, with treats and grass. For those of you who are new to the game also, we have all this dinosaur noise behind us. There's like a Jurassic Park theme area, and they have this soundtrack going on all the time, so it's really quite annoying. But it's if you hear the background, that's what it is. But she's doing pretty well, just not going all the way in yet. Like I said, I think she may be waiting till it's quiet and no one's watching again. We'll see. She's a silly little girl. We talked a little about, somebody said she's probably has sensory overload. There's so much stimulation here, so much noise, and normally elephants go in almost right away, almost without hesitation, but she's been really tentative this time, and again, we don't really know why. But we're just kind of working with her. We keep trying different things, different foods, different setups. Sometimes we're here, sometimes we walk away. It's all different. See what she did. Kansi just went over to say hi. You can see her through the doorway. Somebody said, Maggie asked if she got scared at night. No, I don't think so. She was actually really chill, really calm, even late at night. And this morning she was really calm. She came over to the container early this morning. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, we can go round and round with a bunch of speculation. We don't really know. We're just trying to try different things, try not to have too much expectation, but it's kind of hard not to at the same time. Hi, Mom and Dad. Sarah asked, how can you arrange a flight when you don't know when she's ready? It's impossible to have everything work out perfectly sometimes. Most of the time it's not a big deal. The flight had to be pre-scheduled quite some time ago with the funding and the pricing and everything else, so we couldn't really work it out that way. I've never been in a situation where elephants don't go in the container right away. They pretty much always do. So I shouldn't say, there was a situation in Canada with Tina. She was reluctant on the day that we arrived. But we'll just keep taking it one step at a time. Some of the questions are coming in of what happens if she doesn't go in by the time we leave. Well, we don't leave without her. She definitely comes with us. What we will do next is we'll put a chain on her leg by the barn, by the container, and it's not normally a big deal for them. They know that the intention does not have malintention. I mean, we don't have malintention with the chain. It's just to try to help her out. And what that will do is it prevent her from going backwards. We're not going to pull her in. We're not going to force her in. But it'll be prevent her from taking that step away. So instead of getting scared and stepping away, when she gets scared, she'll have to just watch and see and observe. And then most of the time, they just start coming right in and make forward progress at that point. But again, we just take it slow. We just take it, one step at a time. Somebody said, Dorothy, she had to have a bad experience inside the container. Not necessarily. Sometimes we're afraid of things that don't make sense. It doesn't necessarily have to be, anything traumatic or anything abusive or anything like that. Sometimes it just something doesn't feel right about it. So we keep trying different flower essences, different essential oils, trying different things, and just keep giving her time, just keeping her giving support. Somebody said, go inside with a bunch of carrots, grab a stool and a good book. Well, there's already a bunch of stuff in here. And I'm not going to go inside that space with her. It's just too dangerous. If she comes in quickly, or even without malintention on her part, she comes in quickly, she gets scared, she runs up, I can't get away. It's just a silly place to put myself. But you say we're just taking our time, nice and slow, nice and easy. Debbie just asked, what is this? This is an elephant named Ramba. She's being conditioned to an elephant transport container for her trip from a small zoo in Chile to Elephant Sanctuary, Brazil. Ramba was the last circus elephant in Chile. She was confiscated and removed from the circus in 2012, and now she finally has a chance to go to a sanctuary. So people have lots of questions. You can see lots of food. We've had all kinds of stuff in here, our watermelons, pineapples. Sorry for the noise behind me. It is a safari park, and there's lots of trucks and noises and stuff. This truck is particularly loud. And while some may say it must be the trucks that are scaring her or something like this, the reality is she's been living with this forever. She's been living with this kind of noise and chaos for years. It doesn't seem to bother her that much. She maybe just sensory overload. I think there's a thing, here at the zoo where you just kind of tune it out a little bit. You just kind of let it all go to the side because you have no other choice. Our flight is scheduled for the 16th, so we still have a couple of days. We're just taking it one step at a time. One thing to consider is that in a lot of these situations, a lot of elephant transports, you guys that are elephant fans and elephant lovers, you don't really hear about it until after it's done. So you don't really see all the steps in the process. So we're trying to share that. We're trying to let you see that it's not always 100%. It's not always perfect, although we'd like it to be. Rama's going to head back out and go watch her as she walks away. And we just let her go away. She'll go check out something else for a little while, and then she'll come on back. So again, we think it's important for you guys to be involved. We think it's important for you to see the ebb and the flow of elephant transport. For those that were there with Hannah's transport, you always saw that it was like a cakewalk. It was easy as could be. She went in the first day. Maya and Gita, the same thing. They went in the first day. So here it's just a little bit different. A little more challenging, but we're going to work with her. Kat and I were just talking about it. It may be a nighttime thing. It may be when everything's all nice and calm and quiet, then we close her in. When we don't know. We'll just have to play it by ear. We'll have to see how it goes. Toby, you just asked if the front is open enough for her to see out. Yes, it is. But yesterday when she actually went in, the front was closed. You can see Carol and Kansu there. It's all the way open. This is the gate that must remain closed, or she walks right on out of the zoo. So that has to stay closed. So we try different things. Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's closed, sometimes we're there, sometimes we're not. It's just seeing different ways to try to make her comfortable. She has a mixed grass hay, and then she also has a bunch of fresh grass. Fresh cut grass that they cut yesterday morning, and some yesterday morning, some yesterday afternoon. She really, really likes that. Yeah, Fruit Loops, we tried. Ice cream sandwiches, no. She had some Fruit Loops inside. One of the interesting things, somebody mentioned about Hana bonding quickly, and Ramba not so much. Ramba's a little tentative still. She's a little skittish. You know, she's a little bit guarded. The other thing is just Ramba has people that she loves and adores here. She has three beautiful caregivers too that have been with her for a long time. She's great with them. They really trust her, or she really trusts them. But she's just apprehensive about the container for some reason, and we don't know exactly why. Ramba's getting more comfortable with me. She was a little bit guarded on the first day, but she's getting a little bit more comfortable. But right now, it's just about her overall comfort and well-being, trying to just help her feel safer. And again, that's about trying different things, seeing what works for her and what doesn't. The temperature right now is probably about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It was actually a beautiful day. Tomorrow is supposed to be rainy and kind of gross. No, John, she will not be sedated in travel. We want them to be of complete sound mind and body. You don't want to do anything that's going to make any sort of substantial physiological change with them. It's really the only time transports have gone wrong is when elephants are sedated and proper precautions are not taken. So if she's hyper stressed about something in transport, we do have medications available. We have a whole medical supply kit, an emergency supply kit with us, and our veterinarian will be here. But we will generally not sedate in transport unless emergency. Sorry, I was reading another question. Somebody said it could be her hearing is not perfect. Even if it is, it's not going to matter to her. It matter to this process. She hears well enough that she knows what we're saying on a regular basis. Even if it was more impaired, we would not have. For me, it would not be a reason to cause her to be worried to go into the transport container. One consideration that we just never know. The last time she was in a transport container, she got out of the circus and came here. And while this is far from perfect, it's a lot better than what she had. And it could just be, why do I want to leave this and possibly go back to that? I don't think so, because they normally seem hypersensitive to the intentions of what we're doing. They seem very aware. But you never know what could be going through her head. These are animals that have been traumatized for years, have endured years of abuse, and we just don't know. You don't know what might be the issue. No, Terry, I won't close her in the first time she goes in. That would be kind of silly. That would, with certainty, cause fear. So we will not do that. We'll take it slow. Carol and Kansu will not be going with us on the trip. They will be there when we get there at the sanctuary. There's only 2 of us that can be on the flight. Special permission was needed for this flight for the jump seats, and it'll be me and our veterinarian from Brazil. I don't know. There's a bunch of questions I'm not getting to. Okay. Sorry, that noise in the background just stops my brain from functioning. It is, we have a photographer here with us today, and he's like, how do you even function? It's really crazy. Unfortunately, I can't get them to turn it off because Saturday and Sunday they make a lot of money off those rides, and I know they won't let me do it. Somebody said, is the noise magnified in the crate? And actually, no, it's a little bit muffled. It breaks it apart. When we're standing in there, it's actually a little bit of a reprieve for us too. I'm going to see if one of the caregivers wants to go and see if she wants to come back out of the barn and follow her back to the crate. Ramba went back in. She's been in for 2 minutes. You want to see if she wants to follow you back out? Putting her Ramba. Lift her up, put her on your shoulder, carry her in. Okay, lots of questions I'm not getting to again. We'll try to answer as many as we can. Somebody just said, can you shut the dinosaurs off? Oh, how I wish. How we all wish. It's so loud. It's so crazy. Okay. No, Lori, once they go in the crate, they cannot be let back out. Imagine it this way. You're in the middle of the road somewhere, and you let the elephant out, whichever elephant, ramba or another, and then they decide they don't want to go back in. And you're stuck in the middle of the road somewhere. The other thing, it's a couple-hour process, because you need the crane to take the crate off of the truck, put it on the ground, and then set up a scenario that would be safe for her. And that's just in one direction, so you're looking at multiple hours to let her out. Even for a little while, it would be 4 to 6 hour, 8 hour ordeal, and at that point you're better off just continuing on your way. Just get them to the home as quickly as possible and safely as possible. Hi, Nat. All right, lots of names we know, love, and admire from supporters of the sanctuary. We are so happy that you guys are here and involved. Diego has just gone to see if Ramba wants to come back out. Somebody said, will Ramba let you touch her? She does a little bit, but she's not a touchy-feely kind of girl. She just really doesn't like a lot of physical affection. She likes being close, she likes listening, but she's not into a lot of physical affection. Hey Toby, please don't call the zoo and ask him to turn the dinosaurs off. I'll just say that it's delicate. So please don't. Just let it be. It's not the only thing that's stopping her. She lives with us all day, every day. It's not the end of the world. It's obnoxious, but it's not the end of the world, and it's not what's stopping her from going in. Here she comes again. Hello, sweet girl. You want to go in the crate with Diego? Hi. How are you, lovely? You're a sweet girl. You're a beautiful girl. Hey Toby, I like the sentiment. Toby said, Ramba loves you, Scott. No, not yet. And that's just they calling it as it is. Not yet, and that's okay. It's not about her love for me. It's about her trying to feel safe, her trying to feel protected, her trying to feel that she can do this and feel that she's has strength and support to do it. It's not about loving us. It's not about any fabulous bond. It's just about her going in the crate, which is, she's getting there. She's getting there. You can see her shaking a little bit now. This is actually her nervousness a little bit. This is not about shaking because it's cold. It's plenty warm. She's a cute girl. So she grabbed a bunch of hay, grass, and I actually think she might be eating the grass there instead of pulling it out with her, which would be kind of nice. I'm going to go along to the front and get a little different vision for you. Hi, sweet girl. Look at you hanging out with your friends. You're so good. Good job. Good job, sweet girl. Yeah, so that was a good one. She went further in. She actually stayed in for a little while. She grabbed some grass. She brought it back out. So that's what we let her do. She keeps going a little bit closer and closer to all the way in. And so we're just going to keep on doing the same thing. Keep on helping her feel trust. feel safety. Let her see that it's all okay. You're a good girl, Rambita. I'm gonna walk around a little bit more so you can see from the back side what it all looks like for her. Somebody asked if that's ramba rumbling. No, she does periodically when it's more kind of a intimate moment, when it's just you and her or somebody else and her. She does a little bit. That's our crazy dinosaurs that are rumbling, and the very, very loud speakers. They have a little tour that goes through at this park safari, and they put the Jurassic Park right near Ramba, so we have that vibration all day long. It starts at about 10 or 11 in the morning and stops at about 6 or 7. It's a lot of noise all day. The zoo's closed tomorrow, so hopefully we'll have no dinosaurs. Hi, good morning, Yuli. Mari, you asked if there's any food just outside the front. She's not getting far enough to go that way, but there are people there outside in the front. But last night what I did, late last night, I put only the food way at the very front, so she had to get all the way in to get the food. I'll do the same thing tonight. And so when night no one's around, she goes all the way in, just not during the day. Somebody said, is there going to be padding inside for transport? If there was, she would tear it apart. She would rip it apart. She's going to be traveling alone. You know, a person can't be in the crate because of safety. But padding really isn't required in this situation because it's relatively smooth on both sides, and there's enough vertical and horizontal support that she can lean anywhere, so there's not going to be any major pressure points. Normally you would use padding if there's only a couple of rails and there's going to be a lot of pressure on those couple of spots, but that's not the case here. Where are you going? Your friends are all in the container. You don't want to go back there? Come on, sweet love. Why don't you come back this way? They have more food for you. Somebody asked about Maya and Gita. Gita walked right in. Gita just walked right up to the container. She hung out for about 20 minutes. She walked on in and she stayed there all day. Maya was a little bit more mischievous. Maya wanted to tear a few things apart and break the wire and break some fencing, and then she went in and then she was totally fine. Hana, she went right on in also. That's typically what it is, but it's a little bit different scenario. With Ramba, she's a little more timid, but also you consider that although it is overstimulating here, in many ways it's better than an understimulating environment for them, which it was for Maya and Gita and Hana. They just had nothing going on in their lives, so when the containers came, it's like, woohoo, this is new and exciting, let's check it out. And Ramba's like, oh, it's just another thing, you know, it's not really that cool and exciting. I have so much going on all the time. So it's a little bit different scenario, the kind of an opposite end of the spectrum, but that is one thing that we have in our favor. When we go to these zoos or circus facilities that don't have any stimulation, then the crate is really exciting. Here it's overwhelming. There's too much going on all the time. Hi OBC, I don't know how to say your name. Obi? You said, please tell Carol Consley and all our caregivers thank you from all of the GSE followers. We certainly will. They know how much we love and appreciate them and what they've done for Ramba. But I know they'll appreciate it hearing from you guys. I don't know that she trumpets. She has made a few sounds periodically, but not a lot. She rumbles, but not a lot of vocalizations. Patty said it sounded like I fell down for a minute. No, not this time, although I am prone to falling. This time I stayed on my feet. Will she be scared of her new pack, and how will she be integrated is one of the questions. She might be, but we take it slow there also. There's no set schedule. We just kind of watch, see what she's doing, see how she does, one step at a time, and kind of listen and observe and respond to what we feel is appropriate based on the observations. Hey Mario, I don't think so. He's asking if the container was further in. I don't think that's the case at all. The other thing is it makes it more dangerous for me because I have to go close that back gate, and if I have to go too far in the yard, it's just not a safe environment. So while we want to make all accommodations possible, we also have to think about safety. It's fundamental, as you know. All right, so thank you all very much again. We're going to keep doing the same thing with Ramba having access. She'll go in, she'll come out, she'll go in, she'll come out, and hopefully eventually she'll go in, and she'll go in all the way, and we'll be able to start closing the door a little at a time. Until then, we will keep you up to date through text messages for those that have signed up for text messages, Facebook, Instagram, and just keep following along. We'll do more Facebook Lives when we can, when time permits, and when something new starts happening. Somebody asked about is something wrong with her right rear leg. She's an older elephant. The estimate is mid-50s, mid to upper 50s, but I'm going to say probably over 60, between 60 and 65. She has a lot of arthritis issues. She has a lot of joint issues everywhere. She doesn't have a lot of muscle right now. So yeah, there's a lot of problems with this, our little grandma. But the reality is she's an older girl, so you're going to see a lot of joint issues. It's a given with captive elephants that you're going to have a lot of joint arthritis issues. Nadia, yeah, there are animals too. There's actually a lot of animals. I don't know if you can see back there. Somebody said, is this just an amusement park or a roadside zoo? Those two cages back there, there's actually a drive-through lion area where the lions jump up on a jeep covered with wire mesh, and they feed the lions on top of the cage that the people are in. And there's a tiger area that's the same. There's a big hoofstock area with giraffe and zebra and donkeys and many animals that people feed alfalfa and treats to. So yeah, it's definitely a animal park as well. Ramba is not part of the dino tour. Actually, they don't even mention Ramba really when they're doing the dino tour. They just drive right on by and go into the dinos, which is kind of good. Let her be. They drive right past her, but there's not a lot of mention about her. You can see, maybe you can see a white vehicle back there with lions on top. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from here. Yeah, it's stopped right now. Yeah, it's kind of interesting here. It's kind of surreal. Strange place. Strange place. All right, so that's all for now. I gotta go. Thanks again for following along. We will be back when more things start happening, and let you know as it goes, as things move on. So we'll be back in touch. Thanks again for following. Thanks for making this happen. Keep your good thoughts and prayers coming, and helping Ramba feel safe and strong for her next part of her journey. Thank you all. Take care.